This World Reports with Education Galaxy. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the reports we offer and how they can support instruction. The first reports we're going to look at come from Education Galaxy. These reports are going to be aligned to your state-specific standards, and they're going to also be showing what skills your students need to work on for the current grade level they are in. The first report we're going to look at is our Student Standards Report. The Student Standards Report is going to show all of your state standards for each subject that you can at a glance see how students are performing on all of the standards throughout the school year as they're working, to be able to target what standards do they need support in. Our Session Summary Report is going to allow you to filter what kind of practice your students doing in our program and how they're performing. You can do a filter where you see all of the practice at a glance, or be specific to look at the study plan, skill practice, or our assignments. Each area is going to show you how long students are working in those areas, how many questions they've completed, and their overall score from each time they've gone into practice. You can also then click the green arrows to view assignment, and this is an excellent place to view each student's specific questions and answers to the activities they've done. This is so helpful for teachers because they can then break down question by question to review with students to clarify and scaffold their thinking and misunderstandings and the questions they missed. They can also then be able to see if certain questions are maybe causing confusion and challenges for the students to target even more directly to what they need to work on. Our Diagnostic Class Report is a great way for teachers to pull a report for their entire class to see at a glance what standards students have mastered, which standards need reinforcement, and which ones are going to be brand new concepts that will need a lot of direct teaching. This report's helpful because teachers can pull specific for the pre-test or the post-test that's given later in the school year. Once the post-test has been given, teachers can then click the Comparison tab to see academic growth from the beginning of the year's pre-test to the end of year post-test. Our Student Progression Report is an awesome way for teachers to filter by specific students to see from their first attempt and the growth of their most recent attempt on a specific skill or standard, to see how students are growing and progressing all year long. Our Standards Report in our class section of our reports is a wonderful way for teachers to see at a glance their whole class for every single student across all the standards being taught that school year. It's a wonderful visual to support teachers in how to appropriately group their students for intervention or small group practice, as well as seeing how students are performing compared to other standards to maybe recognize patterns that are happening across the standards for each subject. Now we're going to be taking a look at some of our Liftoff reports that we offer. Liftoff is our adaptive intervention program, great for RTI to recover academic skills in math and reading. These reports are going to show what skills students are needing to work on from their current grade level and below. Our first Liftoff report we're going to look at is our class level report. This report's one of my favorites because it's an excellent way for teachers to have their students appropriately grouped all year long as they work across different academic strands in math and reading. Teachers can see what levels students are performing at based on the academic strand, and then appropriately change those groups throughout their scope and sequence and their curriculum pacing to make sure the level of instruction is matching the abilities of where the students are starting for those different skills. In our Liftoff report, we have a progress report, which is wonderful to have student data talks with students one-on-one. This report shows academic progression throughout the year and how students are growing and performing. This is a very helpful way to set goals and see areas of strengths and weaknesses to target specific focuses. Another report that is super helpful in Liftoff is our topic detail report. Our topic detail report allows teachers to filter by specific students in either math or reading, and then filter by the different Galaxy levels students have scored in and are working on. In these different Galaxy levels, teachers can break down the different academic strands and see the specific skills for each Galaxy level. It will then show teachers the Galaxy stars they've earned and the scores attributed with those Galaxy stars. In our Liftoff Student Growth Report, teachers are able to pull specific students, again from math or reading, and this time it shows specifically growth charts with the current grade level mastery of where they started at on those different academic strands and how long and how many questions have been done to help them progress in that specific strand. Our Liftoff Session Summary Report allows teachers to do a lot of customization to really dive deep into targeting specific skills to focus and work on for academic growth. Teachers can filter by math or reading. They can then select all strands or specific strands under math and reading, all assignments or specific, or they can do specific Galaxy levels or all Galaxy levels at a glance. Below, you'll see the different Galaxy levels filtered with the topics associated that the students were working on per Galaxy level. It will show the time spent as well as how many questions and the score with also the Galaxy star if it was mastered. Teachers are then able to click the green arrow to target specifically question by question how students are performing and what are they answering and responding to questions that may still be causing them trouble. This is a great way for teachers to get a close, deep insight to what students are doing in their work and what their answers are as they submit these practices. Teachers can then work with students individually to help clarify their confusion based on the answers that had been submitted. This is a very supportive way for teachers to understand the thought process as students are working. Our Student Progress Detail Report is a way for teachers to filter the Liftoff strand in math or reading for specific students and then choose the skill under that academic strand. Teachers can filter how often they want to pull this report, either weekly or monthly, and how many weeks, how many months. This will then show teachers a report of academic growth for that specific skill based on that academic strand. This is another great report to use to work with students in setting goals to check back in and see how students are growing. Thanks so much, and if you have any questions, feel free to email or give us a call. You can also contact us on our website, educationgalaxy.com/contact us. Hope to see you soon and hope these reports are a super great help to you this school year. We have a lot of other reports besides the ones that were highlighted today, so be sure to check them out.